Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we bring you a story that has shaken the very foundation of a beloved couple who've long been a source of joy and inspiration to millions around the world. If you've ever watched Live with Kelly and Mark, you've probably been charmed by Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, their undeniable chemistry, their contagious laughter, and the warmth that radiates from their connection. But today, that joy has been replaced with something far heavier: heartbreak, fear, and a tearful moment that will be remembered for years to come. Just hours ago, Kelly Ripa broke down live on television after sharing devastating news about her husband, Mark Consuelos. After weeks of uncertainty and private struggles, Mark has been diagnosed with a serious illness, and the emotional toll is now visible on both of their faces. In this emotional video, we'll take a closer look at what led to Kelly's tearful confession, the heartbreaking on-air moment, and the incredible strength they're both showing in the face of unimaginable adversity. Text appears on screen. Tears on live TV. Kelly Ripa breaks down after Mark Consuelos' diagnosis. A heartbreaking moment. The music fades to a softer, more reflective tone. We all know how much Kelly and Mark mean to their fans, and that's what makes this moment so hard to process. But what exactly happened in that moment? Why did Kelly break down? And what was it about Mark's diagnosis that struck such a deep chord with her, and with all of us watching? Stay with us as we uncover the powerful story behind that emotional TV moment and the heartfelt truth shared in front of millions. The screen cuts to a montage of Kelly and Mark through the years, smiling on set, laughing with guests, and sharing tender moments on their talk show. The music is warm and nostalgic. Before diving into the raw emotions of today's events, it's important to reflect on who Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos truly are as a couple. For over 2 decades, they've represented love, partnership, and devotion at its finest. They first met on the set of All My Children in 1995, and their chemistry was instant. What began as a professional connection quickly turned into a lifelong bond. Cut to early interviews where Kelly and Mark talk lovingly about their relationship. Their love story wasn't just a fairy tale, it was real, the kind of love that endures both the highs and the lows. After marrying in 1996, they built a beautiful life together, raising 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, while maintaining a partnership that always felt grounded in respect, laughter, and deep affection. The screen shows clips of Kelly and Mark laughing together during tapings of Live with Kelly and Mark. Their easy camaraderie, playful banter, and genuine affection made audiences feel like part of their extended family. But behind the scenes, things weren't always as perfect as they appeared. What many didn't know was that Kelly and Mark had been quietly navigating a difficult chapter, one that would test the strength of their love more than ever before. Mark's recent health struggles had been kept private, but as time passed, it became clear that something serious was happening. Cut to a quiet, empty Live with Kelly and Mark set. The atmosphere feels
with
somber.
what seemed like small health concerns. Mark, known for his boundless energy and positivity, began feeling more exhausted than usual. Kelly, always bright and observant, noticed that something wasn't quite right. At first, they brushed it off, just life's normal ups and downs. But as the symptoms persisted, worry began to grow. In an interview, Kelly later recalled when she first realized something was wrong. Mark, who had always been the picture of strength and vitality, started struggling with simple, everyday tasks. What followed were rounds of tests, endless doctor visits, and emotional uncertainty. And then, after what felt like forever, the devastating news came. Mark had been diagnosed with cancer. The reality struck hard. This wasn't a short-term illness or something easily fixed. It was life-changing. And in that moment, everything shifted. Cut to a close-up of Kelly and Mark in a doctor's office, their faces filled with shock and disbelief as they process the words. For Kelly, hearing cancer connected to her husband was devastating. It shattered their sense of normalcy. Now they were no longer just a public couple we admired. They were a family facing the hardest battle of their lives. The scene transitions to a recent live episode where Kelly is visibly emotional. The camera focuses on her trembling hands, her voice cracking as she fights back tears. And then came the moment no one expected. Live on air, Kelly Ripa, usually radiant and full of laughter, broke down. For the first time in years, she wasn't the cheerful, composed host. She was a wife, a mother, and a woman confronting heartbreak in real time. Cut to that on-air moment, her face wet with tears as she tries to stay composed. Despite her efforts, the weight of it all overwhelmed her. In a tearful confession, Kelly shared that Mark's diagnosis wasn't just a medical battle, it was an emotional and mental one too. She spoke about the toll that had taken on their family, their spirits, and their hope for the future. It was a moment of complete vulnerability. No jokes, no smiles, just truth. And that's what made it so powerful. Kelly's tears weren't a sign of weakness, but of love and resilience. For Kelly, Mark's diagnosis became a reminder of life's fragility, of how everything can change in an instant. The screen fades into uplifting images of Kelly and Mark together, smiling, holding hands, supporting each other. Despite the heartbreak, they're not giving up. In the days since that emotional broadcast, both Kelly and Mark have made it clear that they will face this challenge together, with courage, faith, and determination. They vowed to fight for their future, for their children, and for the millions of fans who continue to cheer them on. In recent interviews, Kelly expressed how important it is to stay hopeful. She said she's leaning on Mark, on their kids, and on the love they've built, a love that continues to inspire even through the darkest moments.